My wife cheated on me with our horrible neighbor. Well, I was paralyzed, but a life-changing surgery gave me a second chance to rebuild my life. After a motorbike accident left Ethan John paralyzed from the neck down, he could not move or communicate. His promising mechanical engineering career ended abruptly, leaving him dependent on his wife Laura. Though a multi-million-dollar compensation secured their financial future, Ethan's mental and physical pain was terrible. He returned home after months in the hospital hoping for relief, but his nightmare deepened. After becoming overburdened by his care, Laura asked their neighbors, Greg and Callie Wallace, for aid. Greg acted helpful, but his underlying objectives were worse. Ethan realized Greg was having an affair with Laura while incapacitated. Ethan overheard their private moments and couldn't help. Greg seduced Laura and used Ethan. He taunted Ethan whenever he entered his room after being with Laura, sometimes forcing him to watch them through Greg's monitor. Seeing his wife cheating made Greg's physical and sexual abuse of Ethan worse. Ethan suffered in silence for months, unable to defend himself or seek help. Ethan changed when Dr. Victor, a cutting-edge physician, offered him a groundbreaking surgery to restore his mobility. With little to lose, Ethan agreed to the experiment. His injured vertebrae were replaced with 3 deep-printed copies and nerve-healing devices during surgery. Amazingly, the operation worked, and Ethan regained sensation over several weeks. His recuperation was difficult, but his trauma emotionally dragged him down. Ethan had the fortitude to disclose Greg's abuse with medical and legal help. The police investigated Greg's awful deeds and revealed the truth. Laura was accused as an accessory to abuse after Greg was arrested, despite her denial of knowing about his abuse. Ethan's testimony and video evidence of assault convinced the jurors. Greg received 450 years for several cruelty and conspiracy charges, while Laura received 15 years for negligence and conspiracy to defraud Ethan of his settlement. The court judged her guilty of putting her affair and financial gain over her husband's care, although she claimed she didn't know Greg's complete conduct. After the trial, Ethan divorced Laura and slowly rebuilt his life. Ethan became close to Megan, his treatment nurse, during his recuperation. Their love gave Ethan a second chance at happiness. After Ethan divorced Laura, Megan moved in with him and married him 6 months later. They had several children and lived happily together. Ethan's physical and emotional rehabilitation showed his tenacity and resolve to rebuild his life after adversity. Ethan found solace in reflecting on his path and realized that despite unspeakable betrayal and agony, he had grown stronger. New life with Megan and renewed physical capacities were greater rewards than he expected. Dr. Victor's revolutionary procedure gave him back his body and a new life full of love, family, and optimism. Once depressed, Ethan's narrative became one of redemption and recovery.